Okay, guys, this is the little commentary on your group work from Friday. You have the examples. There's three exemplars, and then there's a couple that need a little work. But let me go over what I thought was so good about the exemplars, and this will help you hopefully to construct your summaries and your ideas in a little bit more economical and accurate fashion. So here we go. Those first three examples, you'll notice, had really clear main ideas. So they started off right away, here's what I want to prove. And they were inclusive, and they were accurate, and they hit the essential idea of what it was about. So when you write these summaries, look to be, and I've used two words, concise, which means that not too wordy, things that are not necessarily gratuitous, leave out, and then precise. They're highly accurate. And those first three, and if you look at the two down below, they're not quite as accurate. They're not as inclusive. They don't hit the essential concept. So start off with that clear idea. Then the whole idea was about how power was reorganized, how it was reshaped in a vastly different way than the Roman Empire had shaped and controlled and organized power. And so you had that have the tension between the church and the feudal leaders, that struggle, and you wanted to talk about how perhaps Charlemagne, the Moors, the Islamic power in Spain, how they organized power and structured it in a way that was different than Roman Empire, but it was short-lived because they didn't have that vast military and economic power of the Romans. But in the end, you wanted to talk also about how power was went back to a rural society. The landed rich, land was power, land was wealth, land was control, to a more urbanized model of power, where power was centered in these emerging nation states under the new rulers who would become the monarchs. Monarchs, yes, depended upon the church, but ultimately who would then want to throw the church off. And you're going to see that in particular, like Henry VIII and his rejection of the church. But that's what I looked for, was examples that were discussed, those models of reorganizing power with clear main ideas. So I hope that in this next one, where you talk specifically about how the church did this, that you'll follow this formula, this model that are laid out in what we just discussed. Thank you, group.